Hey guys, welcome back to Easy to Keto. So today I'm going to show you a life-changing, at least it was for me, a life-changing recipe, an ingredient that really makes me feel like I'm not missing out on one of the biggest things being a vegetarian, which is beans. But before we get started, I know I've been MIA for a little bit and I keep getting a lot of comments from a bunch of you asking where the heck I am. But I just wanted to share a little bit about what I've been doing for the past couple of months. So a lot of you know my friend Anuja from Show Me the Curry. So the two of us have launched a new keto craft desserts brand. So this is super exciting for us. And one of the reasons we started this whole thing is that we couldn't find keto items that we enjoyed eating, something that tastes good, that the macros were good, and we thought, oh, why not just make it ourselves? So a few of the items that we're featuring are biscottis. I know a lot of people love to dip something a little bit crunchy, crispy into their coffee or tea. So we have biscottis in a couple of different flavors. We have brownies in a couple of different styles. And we also have coconut macaroons. I love coconut. I know a lot of people love coconut. So those are some of the things that we are featuring. So here's our company. Yep, you read that right. It is Bitchin' Good Craft Desserts. So they are that good, really they are. So if you get a chance, go check out the website, bitchingood.com, and see if you like these things. And if you do, I'm gonna give you a little promo code. I'm gonna link it at the bottom as well. Just type in E2K, the letter E, the number 2, and K, and you can get 20% off your first order. So please check that out. But anyway, let's get on with our recipe today. So here is our star ingredient today. These are black soybeans. Now, these are not black beans. They're very different. They're actually black soybeans. And apparently these are legumes, but they have a lot of fiber in them. So the net carbs in a serving of these things, like half a cup of cooked black soybeans, is about 2 net carbs. So it really makes a huge difference for us vegetarians who are still looking to get a protein source and still kind of want our dal fix. And so this is 1 cup of the black soybeans. They kind of look like black beans, but they're a little tinier, I feel like, in size. And this is what it looks like dry. So the way to prepare these black beans is you have to soak them for about 24 hours. Now it sounds like a long time, and I've tried soaking it for a little bit less, and I feel like when you do it the full 24 hours, at least 20 to 24 hours, they plump up to their maximum size. So you definitely want to soak them. What I did is I rinsed the black beans until the water ran clear. You're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. For every 1 cup of dried beans, you're gonna add 3 cups of water. So one of the main reasons that we add salt when cooking these beans is that these beans are a little bit different than your normal beans or black beans in that the texture is very silky, it's very soft and creamy, and as such, the little shell, the black shell over it is very delicate as well. So for normal beans, you wouldn't put salt while you're soaking it, you wouldn't put salt when you're cooking them, but with these black soybeans, when you add the salt, it kind of toughens up that exterior black shell and holding them intact so that your final product isn't really mushy. So that's why we do it. Now these soybeans have been soaking overnight. It's about 24 hours, and check out the difference. Here is the dry, and here is the soaked. Look at that beautiful shiny color. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it to my sink and then rinse it out completely. I don't wanna use that soapy water. A lot of times when you soak beans in the water and you use that water, it creates a lot of gas for a lot of people, so we don't want that. So the beans are rinsed out, they're nice and clean. Now I'm gonna add these to my Instant Pot. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can also use a regular pressure cooker as well, but this makes it super easy. To the beans, I'm gonna add 3 cups of fresh water. And I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. This is the pink Himalayan salt. It's 1 teaspoon. Mix. And this Instant Pot, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the beans and chili mode. And start. So after the Instant Pot finished its pressure cooking, it's been 20 minutes NPR, means that the natural pressure is releasing for 20 minutes. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and manually release the rest of the pressure by pushing the escape valve. Shouldn't be too much pressure left after this. And the pressure valve has fallen down and it's safe to open. Now, if you see a little bit of this foamy material, you can go ahead and skim that off the top. And if you get any extra beans there, you can just rinse them off and return them back into the pot. They're nicely cooked. Now, they don't look extremely black like they did before. They've lightened up quite a bit. If you see, they're tender and cooked well. So these beans are really soft and very tender right now. Depending on how you like your beans, I do like them on the soft side, but if you don't like them as soft, then the natural pressure release, you can just reduce that time. So instead of 20 minutes, you can open the lid after 10 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and take these cooked black soybeans and we're gonna take it a step further and make something similar to rajma, which is an Indian kidney bean curry. So it's not gonna be exactly like that, but some of the flavors will be like that, and at least it'll be a good substitute for us. So to start this recipe, we're going to use our base ingredients, which are ginger and garlic, and a little bit of onion and a little bit of tomato. Approximately like a tablespoon each of both the ginger and the garlic. Half of a small onion. And I've got 1 tomato. So I'm going to go ahead and chop all of this very finely. Now I have a pan here, and it's on medium heat. I'm adding about 3 tablespoons of avocado oil. And we're gonna let that heat up. So the oil is hot, and to the oil I'm adding 1-inch piece of cinnamon, 1 black cardamom, 1 bay leaf. There's half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and this is Asafoetida or hing, just a couple of shakes of that, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Now anytime you're cooking beans and you put Asafoetida on there, it helps again with the gassiness of the beans. And immediately I'm adding the ginger, the garlic, and the onions. Give that a good mix. Add a little bit of salt just to help the onions cook a little faster, about half a teaspoon. And just keep cooking that a few minutes until the onions start to look translucent. Now the onions have been cooking 4 minutes and they're definitely nice and golden. Perfect. At this point, I'm adding the tomatoes. And let this mixture cook until the tomatoes get completely cooked down and you see the oil separating from the mixture. Okay, now this has been cooking for about 8 minutes now. And see how the mixture is clumping together, and you can see all the oil is separating from the mixture. At this point, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, half a tablespoon of cumin powder, and red chili powder to taste. Give that a mix. And basically you want all those spices to be able to hit that oil and get a nice toasty flavor in them. Just for a minute or so. And it's time to add in our black soybeans. Now this is what they look like. That's about how much water is in them. If you like your rajma or your beans liquidy, you can pour the whole thing in, but I like to control the amount of liquid. So I usually strain them out like this and add the beans first. Mix those in first. And when they're mixed in, you can add as much of the liquid as you want to create the right consistency of gravy that you like. And this looks perfect to me for our taste, but if you like to have more liquid, you can also add more of that cooking liquid. You can also add in any additional salt if you like. Just taste a little bit of that liquid and see if you need a little bit more. And remember that we did cook the beans with a little bit of salt. And now just let these beans cook in this liquid for a little bit and kind of absorb all the flavor of those spices. And this mixture's been cooking just a couple of minutes and it's kind of boiled through. And as a last step, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of Garam Masala, just at the end, and a little bit of lemon or lime juice. Now this is according to your taste, so just a little squeeze will give it a nice zing. Mix that through, and it's ready to serve. And so our Keto Rajma or kidney bean curry is ready to enjoy. Now look at it, it looks so delicious, and it's keto. Amazing. Let me give it a try. The beans are just the right texture. They're smooth, they're not overly mushy, but it's got such a creamy and silky texture. It's delicious. And then the rest of the curry, it's like you're eating a normal Indian meal. So back when I started this channel, Easy to Keto, I know one of you guys out there suggested black soybeans to me, and I'm so sorry, I just can't remember what your name is, but I do want to thank you properly. So if it's you, please shout out, leave a comment, and let me know it's you, and I'll recognize your name once I see it. But thank you so much for introducing me to these black soybeans. It was something that I had never considered, and now it's part of my normal routine, my weekly routine, and it's a perfect Indian keto fix. So if you like videos like this, please be sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell icon so that every time I post a new video, you will be the first to know. And remember, it's easy to keto if you know how. Thanks for watching. Bye.